one more Dragon's Maze, Gate Crash, Return to Ravnica draft. This guy is pretty good, I think. I take Cross's Incubation too many times, I guess. It is a little bad to take this because it looks like we're passing two pretty good Boros cards as well. But I think it's just good enough. We can go ahead and take it anyway. It's definitely the best card. 2/2 Indestructible is pretty ridiculous, and the Battalion ability makes him pretty damn annoying. 7/7 Indestructible coming at you is not so much fun. Yeah, I don't like having these two Boros cards, but I'll take it anyway. I don't know. I guess I take it the Cross Incubation of the Law Mage instead. But let me see something. Is Deadbridge Chant worth anything? It's worth 260. It's not bad. What would we take instead? It's a nice 2-drop. It does put us into a third color, but we might have to do that anyway. Looking at things, Deadbridge Chant is definitely not something you would run. Nah, we're not going to take it. That's not enough to pull me out. How's the Snare Squad? Actually, is probably the best other one. Still in our colors. It's pretty relevant ability. Good offensively and defensively. So we'll take that. I do like the 3/1 haste for 2. That's a nice 2-drop. Gleam of Battle is not bad. Actually, it is kind of bad. This 6 mana do nothing enchantment. So can pick up a gate or start going into a different color. Completely different colors here. Aligned colors. Not a bad 2-drop. Don't think we really want to be in blue. Well, maybe we do. It's nice to have the evasive creatures to go with this guy. Woodlock Crawlers. Pretty nice if you're playing against green. Alright. Well, actually, let's take some fixing. I'd rather be in blue than, or sorry, I'd rather be in green than blue. It's the second color. Or black would not be bad. Or, it's not second color, it's third color. I'm so used to this stuff. First Blade is probably the best card here. He's pretty nice. Pretty nice tempo swing. We can try and keep up the tempo advantage. Do need to start picking up some 2-drops, but it's kind of hard to get those in these Dragon's Maze packs anyway. There's just not a lot of good 2-drops. Gate Crashers, tons of 2-drops. Hopefully we can dissuade people we're passing to right now to cut us in pack 2. Hopefully. Well, can take the Gruul Guildgate. That gives us pretty easy green splash if we want. Pick up a Gatekeeper, but I think it's better to take the gate and then you get Gatekeepers later. Yeah, that's not really what we want. Alright, Gruul Guildgate. Let's do it. Let's do. These are Naya colors, right? I did not play during the Shards of Alara block, but red, green, white Naya colors, right? It's relatively aggressive. Try and be Boros slash Selesnya slash Gruul. So, do have. I think I'm gonna take Steeple Rock. Feral Animus, I'm curious about. It just doesn't seem that good to me. Like, if they just block it, you're gonna have to spend all your mana just to trade with something that's, you know, a gatekeeper or something. That doesn't seem very good. Yeah, there is some possibility if they let things through, you could pull some shenanigans, but it seems like they just throw a, you know, a 2/2 or you know, some sort of creature in front of it, and then you have to spend all your mana just to trade. And they can't ever get through a Steeple Rock. So taking like Guildgate or choice of Clue Stones or Gatekeeper. I think I actually kind of like the Gatekeeper. If we can keep picking up these gates, this is you know, a Act of Treason is pretty powerful effect. So either that or a Clue Stone, which you don't really want to be too very rampy, particularly in Borosy colors. Well, Lev Decree. If we got super tempo-y, this is okay, but in most cases it's bad. Is Reap Intellect worth anything since we don't have any good picks? Yeah, Reap Intellect's not really worth anything. Rot Farm is alright. I guess we could take Mending Touch. Alright, I'll take Lev Decree. Well, our 2 Boros cards got picked. That's not good. It's kind of to be expected. So we could take either a Guildgate, maybe set up for a Black Splash, or we could take a Maze Glider. These are pretty good cards. 2 of the better gliders. Let's take Maze Glider. That one. And then Armored Wolf Rider is fine. I think that's, yeah, that's better than Maze Rusher. Wow. Ooh. Looks like nobody wants to play blue. So maybe we should try to play blue. Deputy of Acquittals, I guess we'll take that over whatever. Or Runner's Bane. Actually, we should take Runner's Bane. Take removal. Removal first. Protect and Serve. Sure, we could maybe just use a thing. Higher Torture. Sure, it's a card. Uncover Clues is not in the least bit playable. This is fine. You could run this as just 3 mana, 2/4 combat trick. It's not great, but it's playable. So Breeding Pool, True Fire Paladin is bomb, bomb, bomb. See, these are where the 2-drops are. That's an awesome 2-drop. That's an awesome 2-drop. That's a 5-drop. Let me just make sure Breeding Pool is not worth enough that I have to. Yeah, no, 3 tickets is not enough to dissuade me from this. This is an awesome 2-drop. So, and this is another good 2-drop. We also have a Mugging. I think we need the 2-drops more than removal, which is kind of hard for me to say. There's a lot of good red cards in here. Look at this. Hopefully, like the Shanktail Wheels or something. Mugging would be kind of a pipe dream to wheel, but I think we just need 2-drops more than anything. He's a mighty fine 2-drop. You can play him in Constructed even. Kind of functions as removal if you kind of just slam people out there. Oh, so we've got This is a choice between Madcap Skills and Pit Fight, and Slaughterhorn's actually kind of in the discussion, but don't want to be that green, or would prefer to be more into 2 colors if possible. So Madcap Skills is definitely a good card. It does always open you up to removal and getting an easy 2-for-1 on their part. Pit Fight is removal, but I'm not sure. We don't have really much. You know, he's a decent sized guy, but you don't want to pit fight with him. Whatever. So I think I'm going to take that Madcap Skills and just roll the dice, because like they have to deal with it or they die pretty quickly. So another 2-drop that we're hopefully splashing for, or Massive Raid or Angelic Edict. I think we just take the Edict. People are playing a little bit more bombs. This gets rid of stuff flat out as long as you can get up to 5 mana. There's a couple enchantments you maybe want to target instead of a creature. Maybe like 10-15% of the time you get that. But and the double red could be an issue. Double red casting cost could be an issue. Boros Keyrune really doesn't do much for me. Yeah, we're probably getting cut, so we take Disciple of the Old Ways here. I could take Ruination Worm, but we're not rampy. He's just a big dumb guy. Big dumb guy. Don't think we're going into blue, so we wouldn't take a Sage's. We did take a big dumb guy that we can probably actually cast. Oh, Ooze Flux is so much fun, but we're so not in that deck. This is a bad pack for us. After it's been cut, of course. Which I thought was going to happen, I thought could happen when we took Tajik. But Burst of Strength I like, kind of. Certainly it's the most playable of all these cards, unless we start going into black, which I think we're pretty much committed to the Naya colors here. It's 1 mana. The untap ability is pretty relevant. You can sneak into some people where it looks like you're just bashing in there because you're bigger, and then they try and race you with a what's the black and white 2-drop that that has lifelink. I'll finish my sentence and then decide between Foundry Street Denizen or Zarichi Tiger. Foundry Street Denizen is a 1-drop. It can get its power boosted reasonably often. But I just don't think we're going to end up being aggressive enough to really act that. So I'll take the Tiger. I kind of like the Tiger. And then Millennium Gargoyle is fine. It's fine. So, don't think we really want another 5-drop. I think the Ripscale Predator is going to be better for us. Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good way to close out games. I'm not going to run any of these. I'll take a Sylvan Primordial because it's rare, I guess. Sure. Not the best ability for those things. Hexproof and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. So in theory, if I were to put that on a creature with Madcap Skills, he's hexproof and can't be blocked. I mean, I guess that's good. But that's kind of 3 cards to one creature. Sure. Alright. So let's go ahead and start hide black, hide blue. I hide blue, is that going to get rid of my split card? It does get rid of my split card. That's fine. So don't want to be running that for sure. Don't want to be running that. probably not going to be running it. Yeah, definitely not going to be running him. We're just splashing the green. And we know we have 2 gates, so we hide the land. Alright. This is interesting. Stab Wound's the best card. Hallowed Fountain is... These things have lost quite a bit of value. Since when Return to Ravnica first came out, that was probably worth like 6, 7, 8 tickets. Now it's worth 3. So again, I'm not going to rare draft. I like Judge's Familiar quite a bit, actually. The other options would be Splatter Thug, Sunspire Griffin. So Splatter Thug's definitely better than Sunspire Griffin, I think. Definitely, I think. This is the way I speak. Because I like to act like I know what I'm doing and then not know what I'm doing. I'll take a Judge's Familiar. It's a white 1-drop flyer. Pretty relevant ability. Not pretty, but frequently relevant. A lot of times you won't know that it's relevant, but it will be. Keening Apparition seems fine. Would have liked to go a little bit down the Rakdos path with the Hellhole Flailer, because that guy's pretty damn good. 4/3 for 3 mana, and then an ability to just pound your face. Keening Apparition, yeah, that's good. 2-drop on time, in color. There are some enchantments you want to get rid of. Another Keening Apparition. I think that's going to be better than a Giant Growth, or yeah, Viashino, not really your thing. Alright, so Alpha Authority, get out of here. Still short on playables. Like, Burst of Strength really isn't too playable either. Well, we got Seller of Songbirds, or Bellows Lizard, or Archweaver, Avenging Arrow. Avenging Arrow is really not what we want to be doing in this deck, but don't know that we're going to be doing what we want to do in this deck anyway. Now we're not playing double green casting cost card. I guess Seller of Songbirds is okay. Card advantage, sort of. Maybe we get some populate effects later on. Yeah, I think I might have made a poor choice in my guild selection. But Selesnya Sentry is perfectly fine right here. It 3 power, 2-draw, or growing ranks. Don't think we're going to be able to run that because, like I said, populate, you need to have the token first, and then it does something. We don't have any enchantment, or no, we've got Madcap Skills, that's an enchantment. Street Sweeper, Hussar Patrol. Alright, I guess we just take the Justikar. Justikar? Justikar? I hope you're entertained by that. Annihilating Fire, pretty sure that's the pick. Electrickery is very tricky, but Annihilating Fire is going to be better. And looks like we're going to be pretty solidly Boros colors, so double red shouldn't be too much of an issue. So there's that. Gutter Snipe, instant or sorcery spell. I think that's the pick. Don't know that we want just a vanilla +2/+2. We are kind of high on creatures though, so that helps. I'd like to get a Civic Saber, even though we don't have that many multicolored creatures. How many Yeah, I'll take Gutter Snipe. And this was our initial pack, so we have Sunspire Griffin or Cobble Brute. I kind of like Cobble Brute. I don't know if it's actually better than Sunspire. Sunspire Griffin's probably better. Though we don't really have any Boros colored fixing, I don't think. We have fixing to splash green. But yeah, Sunspire Griffin. Get some flying going on. I think Swift Justice over Cobble Brute. Yeah, we're going to want to hide that because we don't have enough gates. Because we've got... hide that one. We've got a fair bit of creatures here. So... and it works well with the Gutter Snipe. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. The lifelink is pretty nice there. I always think this guy is not as bad as he looks. I'm not going to run him 1-drop. Or that 1-drop anyway. So sure. Avenging Arrow? Sure, that's perfectly playable. Pithing Needle? Fine. That's fine too. Alright, we got up some late stuff. So we're just going to run a bunch of... yeah. 4 2-drops is not nearly enough. Well, I guess it's kind of nearly enough. Like 6 would be... 6 or 7 is probably ideal in this format. Or a reasonable goal. Yep. And... where did I go? Nope, not going to do that. Really don't need the green splash. I mean, it's not getting... I mean, our green splash would be like a... probably not even a Ruination Worm. Probably armored that can't splash for that 2-drop. Although if we were fully in those colors, it'd be pretty good. So let's just try and... like, this is probably the best green card we're doing, which is... it's fine, but... so if we add a Millennial Gargoyle, Razor Tip Whip, that seems kind of crazy. Pithing Needle is definitely going to stay in the sideboard. So what do you got there? You got... so we could run just the protect part of that. That gets us to 22. It's a relatively low curve. We would like to be up to 23. Oh, Judge is familiar. Woo. That would have been a horrible, horrible exclusion. So yeah, I think we're just gonna try and be aggressive here. We got a lot of 3-drops. Maybe finish them off with a Gutter Snipe. Oh wait, well, there's a reason to run green. You do have a free, quote-unquote, free splash if we want. So if we did that, we would put in the Armored Wolf Rider and cut, protect, and serve, I guess. I don't know about that. Don't know. I think that's good. Getting the regeneration on him is not... well, that he doesn't happen until until we're up to 6 mana. No, let's just run it like this. I don't like having a dead card in my hand, which he's going to be a pretty substantial amount of the time with only 2 sources. almost wonder if I should run the Razor Tip Whip over Protect and Serve just to get him some extra damage. But this will keep one of my creatures alive, let him hit. So like ideally what we do is we play Judge's Familiar and then Madcap skills it, and then they don't do anything about it and die on turn 6 or something. So that's the deck. Oh, we need land. Hey, land would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? So let's look at. So I don't know where that black is coming from. I know where the blue is coming from. Blue's coming from there and there. I don't think there's any black. Let me see. Piles by color. Yeah, this is a little bit awkward because we're definitely more heavy on the white. We do have 2 double red casting cards, one of which is pretty important. And then some decent Boros cards. I think just a 9-8 split is appropriate here. 10-7. It's not, 9-8 or 10-7. And I think being able to fire out this guy and having access, just as many draws as possible, where I have access to both my colors. Because if I don't have access to these, the red cards I think are actually, the cards with red anyway, are pretty much higher quality, even though they're lower in number than the white cards. So, add land, suggest, that's not a thing. Yeah, 9-8, it's just what we're going to do. Alright, so I'll see you in round number 1.